Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So today we are starting example from exercise 1.4. If you'll observe the question number first, using rules of negation, write the negation of the following statement. So already in the last exercise we have applied these rules of negation to find out the negation of given statement. Again let us revise these rules. Negation of negation, P is P. Second rule is what? Negation of P and Q is negation P or negation Q. What our rules of negation says that replace every letter by its negation, and by or by and. Here two letters are there, we have replaced both the letter by negation and by or, and here or will get replaced by and. Negation of P implies Q is P and negation Q, and negation of P if and only if Q is P and negation Q or Q and negation P. Using these rules of negation, now we are solving the example. So observe the first example. Here whatever may be the statement is given to us, we are finding its negation. So negation, first write down negation and in a square bracket write down this whole statement, because we are finding negation of this whole statement and we have to find out negation of this whole statement with justification. With justification means which rule we are applying here, that also we have to justify here. So if you'll observe here, two statements, this is first statement and this is second statement. Both the statement are connected by what? Implication. Means in short we are finding negation of implication. So we should have to know this result while finding negation of implication. This rule says that negation of P implies Q is P and negation Q. Means keep first letter as it is, then which logical connective appears and take the negation of what? Second statement. So here keep this first statement as it is according to this rule. What is here first statement? Negation Q. So keep first statement as it is, because here first statement is P, so keep P as it is. So here first statement is what? Negation Q, so keep first statement as it is. Then which logical connective is there? And take the negation of second statement. What is Q here? Second statement is Q and we have taken negation of Q. Here second statement is P, so take the negation of P. Now nothing is there to simplify. So this result we have got applying what? Negation of implication. In this way, applying these rules of negation, we have got negation of this statement. Now observe the second statement. Second statement is P and negation Q and we are finding negation of this whole statement. So now if you observe this statement, two parts are connected by what? And we are finding its negation. Means we are finding negation of and. Negation of and means and will get replaced by or and replace both the letter by its negation. So here first letter is P, we are replacing it by its negation, and will get replaced by or, then replace second letter also by its negation. What is second letter? Negation Q, we have replaced it by its negation. Here we have applied negation on and means what? Conjunction. So here give the reason negation of conjunction. So now negation P, keep it as it is or also as it is according to first rule. What is negation of negation P? P. In the same way negation of negation Q will be what? Q. Means here we have applied this negation on what? Negation. So give here reason that negation of negation. In this way we have got the negation of this statement. Now nothing is to be simplified, so will be our required negation of the given statement. Now see the example number third. In this example we are finding negation of P or negation Q. So first write down this statement in a square bracket and write down what? Negation, because we are finding negation of this whole statement using these rules of negation. If you will observe here given statement very carefully, here two parts are connected by what? Or. And in case of or, what we have seen, replace both the statement by its negation and or by what? And. So using these rules of negation, what will get? Negation P or will get replaced by and second letter also get replaced by its negation. What is second letter? Negation Q, we are replacing by its negation. Means both the letter replace it by negation or by what? And. Here we are applying negation on or means what? Disjunction. Means we are finding negation of what? Disjunction. So which is equivalent to, now negation P and keep it as it is. Now we are applying this negation on what? Negation. So according to first rule, negation of negation Q will be equal to what? Q. And here which rule we have applied here, we are finding negation of negation. So give the reason here. Negation of negation means first rule we have applied here to find out the negation. So again, now observe the example number 4. Whatever maybe the given statement is there, first write down that statement in a square bracket, and we are finding negation of this whole statement. Now if you observe the given statement here, two parts are connected by which logical connective? And consider this whole bracket as one letter and this R as what? Second letter. Our rules of negation says that replace every letter by its negation and end by what? Or. So this is our first letter, so we are replacing this first letter by its negation. Check that this is our first letter and we have replaced it by its negation, and will get replaced by or, and replace second letter also by its negation. Simply our rule says that replace both the letter by its negation and or by what? And. Now we have to apply this negation on this bracket, but before that here we have to give the reason. Here we have applied this negation on what? And. And means what? It is called as conjunction, means in short we are finding negation of conjunction. So now we are applying negation on this bracket. So here this is first letter and this is second letter, both are connected by what? Or. So our rule says that replace both the letter by its negation. So first letter I am replacing by its negation, or will get replaced by and. Second letter also replace it by its negation. What is second letter? Negation Q. I am replacing it by its negation. And here or negation R, keep it as it is. Here we have applied negation on or. Negation on or is called as what? Disjunction, means we are finding negation of disjunction. So now keep this negation P and also as it is. Now remaining part is just to apply the negation on negation Q. So according to first rule, negation of negation Q will be equal to Q or negation R, keep it as it is. Here we have applied negation on what? Negation. So give the reason here, we are applying which rule? Negation of negation. So in this way, using these rules of negation, only 5 rules are there. Make the proper utilize of these rules to find out negation of given compound statement. Now see the example number 5th. In this case, given statement is P implies in bracket P or negation Q, and we are finding negation of this whole statement. So we have written this whole statement in a square bracket. Now let us apply the rules of negation to find out negation of this statement. Here we have to apply negation on what? Implication. So this is the rule of negation of what? Implication. Whenever we are applying negation on implication, don't disturb to first letter, keep it as it is, then and take the negation of what? Second statement, means here second statement is denoted by Q. So according to these rules of negation, don't disturb to first statement, keep it as it is, and which logical connective is there, and take the negation of second part, means negation of P or negation Q. This is the second part. Here second part is denoted by Q, and we have to take its negation according to this rule of negation. And here we are applying negation on which logical connective? Negation of implication. So we have applied negation on what? Implication. So now keep this first part as it is. Now we are applying this negation on this bracket. If you observe here, two statements are connected by or. Then according to our rule of negation, replace every letter by its negation, which is our first letter P. So replace P by its negation or by what? And replace second letter also by its negation, means negation of negation Q. Here we have applied negation on or means what? Or it's called as disjunction, means we are finding negation of disjunction. So lastly, P and keep it as it is. Here in this bracket, negation P also as it is and also as it is. Lastly, let us try to find out negation of negation Q. According to first result, negation of negation Q will be equal to what? Q, means here we are applying negation of negation. In this way, we have got the negation of the given statement. Now let us try to solve the example number 6. Whatever the statement is given here, we have written this statement in a square bracket and we are finding negation of this statement using rules of negation. Now we have to apply this negation on what? Or. Here this first part and this second part is connected by what? Or. And our rule of negation says that replace every part by its negation and or by what? And. So what is the first part? Negation of P and Q, and we have to replace it by its negation. So we have taken negation of first part, or will get replaced by and replace second part also by its negation. Means consider this whole bracket as one letter and consider the second bracket as second letter, and these two letters are connected by what? Or. So our rule of negation says that replace first letter also by its negation or by and second letter also by its negation. Consider this whole bracket as one letter. Now we have applied negation on or, and or is called as what? Or is called as disjunction. So means we are finding negation of disjunction. Now we are applying negation on this statement. Consider this whole statement as P, and negation of negation P is what? P. P means what we will get here? P and Q. Keep remaining part as it is, and negation of P and negation Q as it is. Hope you are getting it. Negation of negation P is what? P, but P means what here? P and Q. Means we have applied negation on which logical connective? Negation on negation. So that's why here give the reason negation of negation. Lastly, let us write down this first bracket, means P and Q as it is, this and also as it is. Now we are applying this negation on this bracket. Here two parts are connected by what? And. So again our rules of negation says that replace first statement or means first letter by its negation and by or, and replace second letter also by its negation. What is second letter? Negation Q, we have replaced it by its negation. Means here negation we have applied on and it's called as what? And it's called as conjunction. Means we are applying negation on conjunction. Keep this first statement P and Q as it is and also as it is. Now we are remaining party, just to simplify this bracket, keep this negation P as it is or also as it is. What result we will get? Negation of negation Q will be equal to Q according to first letter. Means here we have applied our negation on what? Negation. In this way we have got the negation of this given statement. See in the example number 7, this is the given statement. We have written this statement in a square bracket and we are finding negation of this statement. So let us try to find out its negation using these rules of negation. Here this first statement, consider this whole bracket as one letter and this second bracket as one letter. These two letters are connected by implication. Means we have to apply we have to use the rules of what? Which? Fourth result, that negation of implication. So in case of negation of implication, keep the first letter as it is and take the negation of what? Second letter. So keep this first letter as it is, P or negation Q as it is, then which logical connective is there? And take the negation of second part, means P and negation Q. So here we have applied this negation on what? Implication. Means we are finding negation of implication. So now here nothing is there to simplify. Keep the first part as it is and also as it is. Now we are applying this negation on this bracket. So here two parts are connected by and. So take the negation of both the letter and replace and by or. So what we'll get here? Negation P and will get replaced by or, and negation of second part means negation Q. And here we are applying negation on conjunction. Means we are negation of conjunction. So now keep this first part P or negation Q as it is and also as it is, negation P or also as it is. Lastly, let us apply this negation on this negation. According to first letter, negation of negation P is P, means negation of negation Q will be equal to Q, and here we are applying negation on negation. So write down the reason negation of negation. Now last example from this question number first. Here again one statement is given to us. We have written this given statement in a square bracket and we are finding negation of this statement. Here consider both the bracket as two letter. Our rules of negation says that replace first letter by its negation, means negation of negation P or negation Q. or will get replaced by and replace second letter also by its negation. Means consider this as one letter and this as second letter. Both the letters are connected by or. Means in such cases replace both the letter by its negation and by or. Here we have applied negation. Negation on what? Or means we are finding negation of disjunction. Now let us simplify the first bracket. Here two parts are connected by what? Or means what? Disjunction. In this case also replace both the letter by its negation. Negation of negation P, or will get replaced by and negation of negation Q. Means replace both the letter by its negation and or by what? And. Keep the remaining part as it is, negation of P and negation Q as it is. Later on we will simplify it. Here we have applied negation on or means what? Disjunction. So here we are finding negation of disjunction. Now if you'll observe both the statement, in both the cases we are finding negation of negation. So negation of negation P is P and here negation of negation Q is Q. And keep this second part as it is, negation of P and negation Q. Here we are finding negation of negation. Negation of negation. So lastly, keep this P and Q as it is, this and also as it is. Now we are applying this negation on this bracket. Here two parts are connected by and. In this case, replace first letter by its negation and by what? Or, and replace second letter also by its negation. So here we are applying negation on and means what? We are finding negation of conjunction. So now keep this P and Q as it is and also as it is, negation P or also as it is. Lastly, this negation of negation Q will be equal to what? Q. Means we have applied this negation on negation. Means we are finding negation of negation. In this way we have got negation of all the 8 statements given in question number first. Now we are solving question number 2. In this question we have to rewrite the following statement without using if then. As it stands, two statements are connected by which logical connective? If then. All the statements are connected by if then, means these statements are nothing but what? Conditional statement. And we know that conditional statement are denoted by what? Implication. Means as it stands, this will be the symbolical representation of all these statements. And P implies Q is equivalent to what? Negation P or Q, which is called as conditional law. So applying this conditional law, we are able to rewrite this statement without using what? If then. Because if you observe this part, in this part or appears means if then does not appears. And since these two statements are equivalent, that's why meaning also does not changes. Means we are able to rewrite this statement using this conditional law without using what? If then. And these two statements are equivalent. If you want, you are able to construct their truth table and you are able to check whether the truth value of these two statements are identical or not. Already we have proved this statement that they are equivalent when we have discussed the definition of equivalent statement. At that time we have proved that these two statements are what? Equivalent. Using this, now we are rewriting the given conditional statement without using if then. To convert the given statement without using if then, we should have to know this result, that P implies Q is equivalent to what? Negation P or Q. So in the first statement, check that what is E? A part after if is nothing but considered as P, and after then it's considered as what? Q. Now that symbolical representation, just we have to convert it into verbal form. What is the first part? Negation P. P is what? A man is a judge. So negation P means a man is not a judge. And which is the logical connective here? Or. After or we have to write down the Q. Q means what? Or he is honest. Just simply we have to convert this symbolical representation into verbal form. So in this second case, what is P here? 2 is a rational number, it's P, and root 2 is irrational number, it's Q. So once the P and Q is known to us, just convert that symbolical representation into verbal form. What is the first part? Negation P. P means what? 2 is a rational number. So negation P means 2 is not a rational number. rational number. And which is the logical connective? Or. And what is the second part? Second part is nothing but q. What is q here? Root 2 is irrational number. Using this important conditional law, just we are converting the statement which is in the form of if then without using, we are converting it without using if then. Now observe the last example. This is your p here and this is nothing but q. So first part is negation p. What is p? F of 2 is equals to 0. So negation p means f of 2 is not equals to 0. Then or q. Q means what here? F of x is divisible by x minus 2. In this way, the given statement which are in the form of if then, we are rewriting it without using if then, applying what? Conditional law. In this way we have completed this question number 2. Later on we have to solve the question number 3, but that part we will discuss in the next lecture.